Hello, GEA. If you're like me, you need an alarm clock to get up in the morning. Well, it's time to wake up. Why? You're probably asking. The right of GEA and all public sector unions to collectively bargain with management over salaries, benefits, and working conditions is at risk right now. What? On Monday, February 26th, the Supreme Court of the United States will hear arguments in the case of Janus versus AFSCME. So what? Well, if the court rules in favor of Janus, all public sector unions will lose their ability to collect fees from all members of a bargaining unit. The odds that Janus will prevail in the case are beyond scary. You may recall that 2 years ago we were in the same place with the case of Friedrichs versus California Teachers Association, and at the last moment, Justice Antonin Scalia died suddenly, which kicked the can down the road to where we are today. Huh? Some of you may have some questions right now. Be a good time to write them down, and hopefully I can answer them in the next couple slides. So at the present time, this is how GEA is set up. All of us make up the bargaining unit, and by law, the bargaining unit works under whatever contract the union is able to get an agreement on. So the bargaining unit is made up of GEA members and non-members. We're fortunate that in Greenwich, 99.8% of us are full members of the union. We pay dues for collective bargaining, for contract enforcement, and for a plethora of rights and benefits that come under the heading of full membership. Others pay a fair share fee. And the idea is that non-members need to pay a bit for the benefits that they have of collective bargaining and contract enforcement. And in 1977, the Supreme Court supported the idea of a fair share fee. After the Janus case, this is the likely scenario. Full GEA members will continue to enjoy all the benefits that they have now. However, non-members will no longer be required to pay a fair share fee. In fact, they will pay nothing for collective bargaining and contract enforcement. If you're paying attention to the media, you may hear the term free rider to describe these non-members. GEA sees this as a divisive term, and we will not be using that as we move ahead. A good place to start looking at an uncertain future is to educate yourself. There are a lot of posters up in your teachers' rooms, and you may want to start by taking a look at what the benefits are of membership and learning a bit more about it. These are the benefits that you currently have. And since we know that knowledge is power, this is a good place to start. So now what? We're asking you to do a couple things. In fact, we implore that you do a couple things. First, now that you're awake, stay awake. This case is set to overturn 40 years of labor law. Where it ends is anyone's guess. Truly, the future of the middle class is in the balance. This is not alarmist talk. This is absolutely true, as 5 million workers are now part of public sector unions across the country. We ask you to pay attention. GEA will do the best we can to keep you informed, including getting together soon to have an open forum discussion on all that's going on. We ask you to, once again, get involved. Start by taking the survey on security. We're at about 65%. I'm going to shut it down soon, but I know we can do better than that. When your building has a 10-minute meeting, stay for it and think about what you can do to support the profession. Approach your building rep and tell him or her that you're ready and willing to help, and then do something. Believe it, we are stronger together. We have high numbers, 900 in GEA, 43,000 in CEA, and 2.5 million in the NEA, plus our families, plus our friends, plus our allies in the community. We truly are stronger together. And finally, our profession is under assault. This is not a drill. What we do now will determine the future, our livelihood, our lifestyles, our retirement and pensions, and possibly our lives. Thank you very much. I'll get my